it's So from TBH Studying, and I thought it would be fun to kick off the new year by giving you guys a comprehensive list of my favorite digital tools to use for academia. So I'm an undergrad student, I'm a biology and anthropology double major, and these are just some of my favorite tools to use. If you're in the humanities, maybe you have some other favorite tools that you like to use, but these in particular are the ones that are my general go-to for everyday school life at college. The first thing I want to talk about are research databases. My favorite ones to use are Google Scholar and PubMed because they're free to use and access without any sort of payment or institutional access necessary. So I feel like these two are the most accessible for people around the world. But if you do have institutional access, I also like Web of Science and JSTOR. These are really great for finding journal articles, research papers, and literature reviews for different presentations, research projects, or papers you might have to write. And if you do run into some institutional access paywalls, then I like using Sci-Hub to unlock them. Sci-Hub is a website that's best for journal articles that have a DOI number or link associated with them. The Sci-Hub website has multiple proxies, so I would suggest Googling Sci-Hub and then going through all of the different websites that show up to see which proxy will work, but you just paste the DOI number in and it'll give you the accessible PDF of that journal article. Google Scholar and PubMed in tandem with Sci-Hub are my go-tos for just accessing research articles and things like that. Now, for organizing those citations and papers, I like using Zotero. It's my favorite organization tool for research articles, and you can put in different identification numbers such as the DOI, the ISBN, or the PubMed ID number, and it'll instantly add it to your library. But you can also customize your own citation for various podcasts, journal articles, newspaper recordings, interviews, whatever it is that you need to cite, you can put your information in there and it'll organize it for you. There's also this really useful extension that works with Google Drive where you can automatically add in citations and it'll automatically update your bibliography for that paper as well for everything you cite. So Zotero is my personal favorite to use. Other similar tools to use for citations and research organization is Mendeley. I believe you need institutional access for Mendeley, which is why I prefer Zotero. And if you just need bibliography or reference formatting, then sites like EasyBib, Citation Machine, I think RefMe is another site that you could use. So these are all sites that are easy and available to use, but Zotero is still my favorite. I have the desktop version downloaded so I can just automatically put things in whenever I come across them. And I also have the extension for Google Drive, which is a great segue into my next favorite digital tool, which is just the general Google suite of apps, whether that be Google Docs or Google Sheets. This is a great free alternative to Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint, etc. And I like Google Drive so much because I can access it wherever I am in the world as long as I have an internet connection and I can just log in and access my documents, my sheets, my PowerPoints, whatever it is that I have. Even though Microsoft has their whole OneDrive thing, I just find that Google Drive is a lot easier to access on a variety of computers in a variety of places, and I like that it automatically saves and updates everything, and I enjoy using different extensions such as the Zotero extension with Google Docs so that it makes my life easier. The one app that I do regularly use from the Microsoft suite is OneNote, which is a great alternative for digital notes if you can't afford GoodNotes or Notability, or if you just want to take easy, simple notes on your computer. I find that OneNote is easier to use for note-taking compared to Google Drive because I like that I can put in different pages, different tabs, and then different notebooks. So for me, if I'm taking digital notes, I prefer to do it on OneNote, but for everything else, such as making slides, spreadsheets, essays, that's all done on Google Drive. This next one is specifically an app called Office Lens. I use this for scanning papers and making them into PDFs with my phone. So I don't always have a printer or a scanning machine readily available to me, and sometimes I just don't have the time to run to the library to scan something. So Office Lens has been really great for scanning my papers, and especially during COVID times, it's what I've been using to scan my tests in and submit it as a PDF form. So Office Lens has been my personal favorite. PDF Scanner used to be my favorite, but It's a little clunky now, and I like the Office lens is connected to my Microsoft OneDrive so I can directly access it whenever I need. The last set of apps I want to talk about is Quizlet and Anki. These are apps that I primarily use for memorization, active recall, and learning. They're originally designed to be flashcard apps, but they have active recall settings on them, and in particular, Quizlet has the most interesting settings in terms of like learning because they have a lot of games, they have a lot of like active practice tests that they make using the flashcards that you input into them, whereas Anki is a little harder to start with and you have to figure out how to use Anki before you can actively make multiple kinds of flashcards for yourselves, but both apps are useful in different ways. Quizlet has changed their purchasing plan from when I first used it in middle school, but I still subscribe to it because it's just so useful for me. And Anki on the desktop is free, but the app version on the Apple Store is not. So I only use Anki on my desktop and I pay for yearly subscriptions to Quizlet for learning. Those are all of the favorite digital tools and apps and things I use on a day-to-day basis in college. If you have any suggestions or some of your favorite digital tools that I didn't mention, feel free to list them down in the comments below and I would love to hear about it and maybe try them out for myself. But these are just my favorite that I use in college and I hope that they are useful to you as they are to me. So thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year, everyone, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!